This part of the story is the story of my father.
Make sure you correctly cite all your sources. Trade financing for the local market or the international market for exports begins from the first stop at the banks. This brought about the tremendous change in the environment, with the sea level rising and creeping steadily inland.
At night, sailors in the Mediterranean can see the glow from the fiery molten material that is thrown into the air.
By the way, if you want more information about any of the trips, have a look in the student newspaper.
The bus will depart from outside of the building in 5 minutes. It's my opinion that technological advances will begin to slow. He needs to talk to you about your industrial architecture class.
This part of the story is the story of my father.
Make sure you correctly cite all your sources.
So in the process, I learn all of these incredibly wonderful theories that the smartest people who have ever lived have developed over the last 500 years that help us make better decisions and become better people. For example, I learned about Immanuel Kant and the categorical imperative. So Kant says when we're about to do something, we have to design a rule or a maxim that we could use to be universal. Meaning we have to imagine, what if everyone did what we're about to do? What would happen to the world? Would it be okay, or would it get all screwed up? So the maxim I'm designing here is something like anytime two people are in any kind of negotiation, one of them can drag into the negotiation an entirely unrelated global calamity and tell the other person that they shouldn't care about whatever they care about, because they should care about that instead. That world would suck, right? Like, your sister borrows $5 from you, you ask for it back. She says, "How dare you care about $5 when the polar ice caps are melting?" No one wants to live in this world, right? Kant also says, by the way, that you should treat people as ends in themselves and not a means to an end, meaning you shouldn't use people to get what you want. Well, that's what I was doing.
Three students are discussing joining the debating club at university.
I've been thinking about joining the debating club for a while now. It seems like a great way to get better at public speaking and thinking critically. But I'm also a little nervous, because I've never really done proper debating before. I'm worried about having to think up arguments really fast and, saying them well. Has anyone here ever done debating?
I did a bit of debating in high school, and it was really good. It definitely helped me be more confident when I say what I think and when I have to think fast. The thing is, it does take a lot of prep and, looking stuff up, which can take time. You have to be ready to work hard to know your stuff and make good arguments. But honestly, it's worth it.
I agree with Will. I haven't done formal debates, but I've seen how good it can be. I want to join because I think it would help me see things from different points of view. I think it's important to be able to talk things through properly, even if you don't agree with someone. Plus, I've heard the club does workshops and practice for beginners, so you don't just get thrown in at the deep end.
It's good to know about the workshops, Laura. I'm still a bit worried about the competition side of things. Do you have to be, super competitive to do well in the club? I'm more interested in learning and getting better, rather than winning all the time. Also, I'm a bit worried I won't have enough time because of my courses.
Yeah, some people are really competitive, but the club also cares about learning and getting better. You can do less formal debates and practice where it's more about improving your skills, not just winning. And you don't have to do everything. You can pick what fits your schedule and what you like. It's all about finding what's good for you.
Exactly. And think about the networking. Debating can help you get internships, scholarships, even jobs. Employers often want people who can communicate well and think critically, which you'll learn in the club. I think it's a great investment in your future, even if you don't want to be a professional debater.
Laura, that's a really good point about the networking. I didn't think of that. But yeah, meeting people who are into the same things and getting to know experienced debaters could be really useful. Maybe we should all check out the club's next meeting and see what it's like. We can help each other out.
That sounds great, Will. I feel much better about trying it now. It'll be less scary with you both there. Plus, I'm excited about meeting new people and, seeing new things. Let's look at the club's website and find out when the next meeting is. Maybe we can get coffee first and talk about what we want to get out of joining.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard they're having a social thing soon too, which would be a fun way to meet everyone in a more relaxed way. I'm sure it'll be in the student union, so it'll be easy to get to. Let's definitely do some research before the first meeting so we can get a feel of what the club's like and maybe think of some topics we could debate.
Three students are discussing part-time work on campus at university. Hey guys, I was just thinking about how helpful it is to have part-time jobs right here on campus. It really saves a lot of travel time compared to working somewhere else. Plus, it feels like the university gets that we're students first, so they're usually pretty flexible with hours around our classes. It's a big help for managing our studies.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, George. The convenience is definitely a big plus. I've heard there are a lot of different kinds of jobs, too, like working in the library, in the student cafeteria, or even as a peer tutor. I'm wondering if those types of jobs offer better pay or more useful experience than, say, a retail job downtown.
From what I've seen, it really depends on the department, Matilda. But many campus jobs do offer useful experience, especially if you're looking for something that connects with your major. I know a friend who got a job with IT support, and it's been great for their tech skills. Plus, it's a fantastic way to meet new people from different parts of the uni that you wouldn't normally interact with.
That's a good point about the experience, Will. But sometimes, even with the flexibility, it can be hard to balance the work. I'm working at the campus bookshop, and during busy times, it can be pretty tough. It just means you have to be super organized with your studies, which isn't always easy when deadlines are piling up.
You're right about the workload, George. It definitely takes discipline. I've also heard that some of the more flexible or admin jobs can be pretty competitive to get into because everyone wants those steady, predictable hours. It's not just about finding a job, but finding one that truly fits your schedule without adding too much stress.
That's a good point, Will. It sounds like managing your time well and getting through the application process are big hurdles. Maybe it's about being really choosy about the job and how many hours you commit to. I heard some departments offer very flexible, kind of one-off work, like helping with events, which might be less demanding than a regular weekly schedule.
You're right about the competition, Matilda. I actually had to apply to a few different places before I got my current job at the bookshop. It felt like applying for a real job, with interviews and everything. But once you're in, it's usually pretty secure, and the campus environment is generally much more understanding than an employer from outside.
That's good to know, George. So, even with the challenges of balancing studies and the application process, do you both feel like the benefits of working on campus really outweigh the drawbacks? I'm still trying to decide if it's the right move for me, especially with my course load this semester.
For me, absolutely. Being financially independent is a huge plus, and as I mentioned, the skills I'm gaining are directly useful for my career path. While it adds to the schedule, the reduced commute and supportive environment make it totally worth it. It's helped me feel more connected to the university community too.
You've been feeling overwhelmed with work and personal commitments lately, realizing you need a better balance. You decide to speak with your manager about adjusting your workload or finding a more flexible working arrangement to manage stress and maintain productivity without compromising the quality of your work. What would you say to your boss?